Hi, seventh graders. We have another lesson today about angles. It's called Speaking of Angles because we're going to talk about how to speak about angles correctly using the correct terminology, correct words, but also writing about angles so that we're writing the correct things, communicating what we really want to communicate with our writing and our words. Today you're going to need a straight edge, like a ruler for drawing straight lines. So you could use a ruler, but if you don't have one, you could also use an index card, maybe like a card you use for vocabulary or notes or something. You could use that for drawing straight lines. If you don't have one of those, something that works really well is a playing card. I'm going to use that for my straight lines today. So go ahead and stop the video and get a straight edge, something you can use for making straight lines, and then come back to the video. The first problem that we're going to work on today is we're going to draw an angle like this. So draw a straight line and then another line going from the end of that one diagonally up. Put an arrow on the end. These are two rays that we're going to call ray HG and the other one is GK. So these two rays form an angle because they share the endpoint G here. And I want you to remember that an angle is formed when you have two rays that start at the same place. Like my blue ray right there is ray GH. And if I have another one that rotates like it's going around in a circle, but it stops right there for ray GK, that means it's rotated part of the way around a circle, but just a short part of it. So we can draw an arc to show that this is a part of a circle. And we're going to say that that rotation is 40 degrees. Remember that if the ray rotates all the way around in a full circle, it's 360 degrees. But this is just part of a circle, so we'll call that 40 degrees. Okay, if you're taking a test or you're doing an assignment and you get a question like this, I want you to know how to read it. So let's write it down first. Remember that if I'm going too fast, you can stop the video at any time so you can catch up with my writing and then start it again. So this question says, what is the measure of angle HGK? The little m means measure, and it refers to how many degrees we're talking about. And remember, this symbol here means angle. So we would read this, what is the measure of angle HGK? I want you to read that out loud. Read it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What is the measure of angle HGK? Well, the answer is pretty simple, right? Because we can see it's a 40-degree angle. So the answer is 40 degrees. Okay, we have a new problem now. And I've drawn this angle BCD. Go ahead and stop your video and draw that angle to catch up. Use your straight edge to draw straight lines, please. What we're going to do with this angle is we're going to cut this angle into two parts. So we're going to draw another line out this direction from starting at point C. Another straight line like that. And we're going to have the point E on there. So now we've actually got several angles because we have the big angle that we started with. We have DCB, but we've got these smaller angles. I have another angle DCE, and we're going to say that this rotation, this little part of the circle, so let's say our ray started out on CD and then rotated up to CE, we're going to say that that rotation is 24 degrees. So that would be a 24-degree angle. And then we're going to say that this rotation, starting at CE and rotating up to CB, that's a much larger angle. We're going to say that that part of the circle is 98 degrees. It looks like it's bigger than 90, so I'm going to call it 98 degrees. I don't know for sure. I'd have to get a protractor to measure it, but if this is a 24-degree angle and that's a 98-degree angle, we've got our letters that we can use for naming it, we can answer this question. Which angle measures 24 degrees? Okay, so sometimes you'll see questions like this on the SBAC or other tests or assignments where they give you a lot of things to look at, but you have to focus in on one part of it. So we're just asked here, which angle measures 24 degrees? There's a lot here, but the 24-degree angle is just this rotation from here to here. So we need to focus in on the rays that form that angle. So this ray and that ray right there form that 22-degree angle of rotation. So the letters are ECD. We could say this is angle ECD. Or there's another way we could name that. Instead of ECD, we could call it DCE. So we could say it's angle DCE also. So those are two different names for that same angle. Okay, the last activity we're going to work on in our notes today is with these two lines that cross each other. So go ahead and stop the video and in your notes copy those two lines with the points written here, L, M, N, O, and P in the middle. Okay, if you're caught up now, we're going to continue our drawing. Okay, we're going to say that the rotation of the ray from PO rotating around to PN forms a part of the circle, and that rotation is 75 degrees. Okay, and then the next rotation from PN rotating all the way up to PM is a larger angle. That's a rotation of 105. That's a 105-degree angle right there. So you can see how together they start to form a larger part of the circle, right? Which would be 360 degrees for the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to write a couple of questions. You can stop the video and catch up. Okay, so we have two questions that we need to answer about this picture we've drawn. The first question says, what is the measure of angle NPO? So even though there's a lot to look at, the letters NPO can tell us where to focus. So I find N and P and O right here. It might even help to use a highlighter. So I'm going to highlight from N to P to O is here. And so we're looking at the measure of that angle. We want to know what's the rotation from this ray over to this ray, or from that one to that one. And we can see clearly this is the 75-degree angle. So we just answer it like that. 75 degrees is the measure of angle NPO. The second question says, name the angle with a measure of 105 degrees. So we can see this is 105 degrees, but we have to give it a name. What's the name of that angle? So it's also helpful to highlight it with another color. So I'm going to highlight the MP. Oh, and like that. Yeah, that's right. Because we're looking at this 105-degree angle right here. So that rotation, 105 degrees, has the letters MPN. And you know that we can name it two ways, MPN, or we could start with the N and say NPM. So let's write both of those. The name of that angle is angle MPN, or angle NPM. Both of those are good names for that 105-degree angle. Okay, so we've completed the notes, and I'm going to give you just a short quiz on a Google form. So go to Google Classroom, click on the Google form, and answer those questions. It'll be questions a lot like what we've done here in the notes. Hope you are all doing well. If you have any questions for me, you can put those in the comments section of Google Classroom, or you can send me an email, or some of you already know my phone number. You could text me if you want to. I hope you guys are doing well, and we see each other soon. Bye.